Yeah,
Entertainment, that's 100 points.
yeah. I got a whole different mood. I'm a whole different dude. Streets got the same codes. Niggas move off whole different rules. Don't let the dough get to you. Don't let these hoes get to you. Cause these bitches gon' change. Yeah, these hoes pick and choose. I got a whole different mood. I'm a whole different dude. Streets got the same codes. Niggas move off whole different rules. Don't let the dough get to you. Don't let these hoes get to you. Cause these bitches gon' change. Yeah, these hoes pick and choose. Yeah, my niggas ain't gon' change. They was with me in the rain. They was with me at the bottom. They was with me through the pain. Ain't had nothing, God gave me lemons, so we made lemonade. Nah, we ain't Minute Maid, nigga, we just getting paid. We turned up like a house party, like we kid and play. I don't got time or no energy to kid and play. I'm forcing your hand if I get engaged. I married the game, I ain't get engaged. I carry my thing every single place. My mama, my daughter depend on me. Seen jealousy and niggas closest I had to separate. Never got tired of eating, take seconds in an extra plate. Trapping out of homes that's owned by Section 8. Bacon, egg, and cheese, hash brown, breakfast plate. With a bad mamacita, baby girl sweet like a margarita. Talking about my dead niggas, use a dead nigga, you could go ahead and meet him. I be fresh 365 days, you be fresh on Easter. Spitting in these niggas food, yoking niggas up and stepping on they sneakers. Lived a hard life, I go far, still feel like I'm trying to make it. Remember when I was a dub, now they dying for a conversation. Getting money is my occupation, I need it now and I'm now awaiting. Demon ear angels on my shoulders, I talk to God then I talk to Satan. I got a whole different mood, I'm a whole different dude. Streets got the same codes, niggas move off whole different rules. Don't let the dough get to you, don't let these hoes get to you. Cause these bitches gon' change, yeah these hoes pick and choose. I got a whole different mood, I'm a whole different dude. Streets got the same codes, niggas move off whole different rules. Don't let the dough get to you, don't let these hoes get to you. Cause these bitches gon' change, yeah these hoes pick and choose. Yeah, men lie, women lie, tell a lie, yeah. Big boss, the revolution will not be televised, yeah, tip off. Now my shooters will not be televised, yeah, dick hard for a thick little bitch. Yeah, she got hella thighs, yeah, she got hella ass. Thinking this nigga got hella cash. Fly nigga, when I land, gotta land on a helipad. My niggas throw shots, they laying, they cannot be telegraphed. Roll blunts, back block, where all of the feelings at. Big locks, bitches stuff way over capacity. If I catch a op, I'll leave him dead like he a battery. Bitch, I'm charged up like I'm boss up. About to leave a couple bitches mad at me. When I boss up next time, they gon' see me on a couple of magazines, on a couple of shows. I'm on the road, got a couple of shows. Bro in the hood got a couple of O's, a couple of plans, a couple of pose. Real shit, man, we got a couple of those. What you need, got a couple of options. People around you can fuck up your options. People around you be hating and plotting. I got a whole different mood, I'm a whole different dude. Streets got the same codes, niggas move off whole different rules. Don't let the dough get to you, don't let these hoes get to you.
Yeah, what up, everybody? Welcome to Herm Radio episode 7. Very special episode. We were just listening to Ace Vito with Mood, currently unreleased track, ACEVITO. Check him out if you want to hear more from him. So, Herm Radio episode 7, man. We got a very special guest, Just Jill. This is somebody I've seen many times. She's synonymous with the Bridgeside Cypher. You always be seeing her face, hearing her rhymes, bringing dope energy to any cipher that she's hitting at any time. She also got some tracks that she want to share with us today. Just Jill, what's up, man?
What's going on? It's your girl, Just Jill from Cambridge. Shout out Herm Radio. What's going on, Brian Herm?
Nothing much. I'm just trying to get through this quarantine, you know.
I feel you.
Yeah. So, the way that we do on Herm Radio is like we like to introduce people with our art form straight off the bat, and like let people know like where you at and stuff musically and stuff, where you're coming from with your message. So we want to go ahead and get right into something that you actually did called, I believe, the 10 Quarantine Commandments.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Tell us a little something about that, and then we're gonna listen to that.
Word. So 10 Quarantine Commandments, it kind of speaks for itself considering what we're all going through, you know. There were a ton of challenges coming around, so I was getting tagged in all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, I can't keep up with it. So I heard 10 crack commandments, and I was like, yo, that would be sick. So I just like one night was just like thinking about everything that's been going on, and like, you know, different aspects that were relatable for all of us, and like, you know, everything that we're dealing with right now, you know,
Yeah,
whether you got your kids at school or not at school, you're homeschooling them, or like whatever the case may be. So it was just something fun I wrote, and I got a lot of love from it. So I appreciate everyone who showed me love for that video. I got like 110 shares.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that was super dope. Like that. Like, what did you do during your quarantine? I got 110 shares. Thank you.
Somebody got 110 rolls of toilet paper. You got 110 shares.
Yeah. No, I'm just messing around. But yeah, so this is one of my new videos that I think everyone's gonna like if they haven't seen it already. So this is 10 quarantine commands.
All right, let me bring that up.
All right, cool.
And so this is kind of like literally like, so Biggie had the 10 crack commandments. So it's kind of like, do you kind of giving people instructions here?
Yes, a little something like that. 10 quarantine commandments to practice while y'all are chilling at home,
All right, word. So Just Jill with the 10 quarantine commandments on Herm Radio. Let's go.
Hey, yo, this is the 10 quarantine commandments. And fuck this coronavirus shit. Shout out London. Hey, check it. Yo, this world is bugging. I'll start the conversation since the government is keeping us all in isolation, pandemic and miswork, and academics in school. So if you're stuck at home, then you should follow these rules. Let's start with Uno. Don't listen to everybody that you know. Research and learn the symptoms. The rumors are a no-no. That's a fever and a cough, and if you're short of breath, make sure you hit up the doctor and you follow them steps. Number 2, help your kids with homeschool. And I know it ain't easy, but we still got to. And I know it's been a while, still our history's strong, so teach the young the true meaning of word is bond. Number 3, never trust nobody. Even with the homies, you gotta keep 6 feet, cause passing blunts and dapping up is not what's up. And I promise it's all love, but I'ma chill with my pup. Number 4, you should probably do some choice so you don't get too high on your own supply. Number 5, be mindful of your own contact. Cough and sneeze on your elbow, maybe order a mask. Number 6, your mortgage or your renting, debt it. Hit up the landlord and bank, and maybe they can help it. 7, now this one got people irritated, but your family and sickness completely separated because of COVID-19's in their lungs and they can't breathe, and they were close to your heart. Don't cry when grandma stops. Number 8, learn a hobby or do some self-care, because mental health's important too, boo, so don't be scared. And number 9 should have been number 1. Did I mention sing a song when you're washing your hands for 20 seconds? And keep that in mind when you come into your home, because sanitizer might help, but don't use that alone. Number 10 is a strong world I call divided, but the word right before America is united. And make sure you're safe and follow the precautions, because we struggle enough and don't need any more problems. So follow the rules, and I promise you can manage if you practice the 10 quarantine commandments. Hey, quarantine commandments. Hey, yo, it's just chill. Hey, yo, stay safe, everybody. All right, and take care.
Oh, that was great. That was funny, but that was informative. That was like
So much.
I like in the headphones because I heard it earlier and I was like, yeah, this is dope. But in the headphones, I was like, yeah, this is like really the remix of the 10 Crack Commandments. Like, made this a positive thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good thing, like, yeah, like everyone loves that song. You feel me? So it was like I was amped when I wrote it because, it was just like it was something that like each bar, like it was something everyone was thinking. You know what I mean? So it was just like it was cool. It was a nice refresher to just go ahead and just be able to write something that I could just express myself and it be easy. Like
yeah.
So it was cool, and I'm really happy. It put a smile on a ton of people's faces, and that makes me happy. So yeah, it's cool, and I'm glad people liked it.
And it kind of give me like kind of like a KRS-One vibe, like you kind of like being a teacher type of thing, you know what I mean? And I found out, I seen videos. They had like a video on World Star Hip Hop or something like that where it was like a teacher had a whole like song about mathematics or something like that, and it was all these little kids and they just knew like the whole song by heart, and it's like that's the vibe I get. It's like when you put something like that into rhymes that people could actually vibe with, that's the vibe I get from you so far as like an MC, like on some teacher stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I like making music that people are able to hear and understand. Like I love wordplay and I love metaphors and punchline, like all of it, you know what I mean? But I also want people to understand what the fuck I'm saying. Like you feel
It's
me?
important.
Like it's super important, and like, you know, just as an artist, like growth wise in general, like from when I started, like I started writing rapping like 2013 was
Okay.
when I started actually going to a studio and stuff like that. And I've always been hip hop, but like I've been raised, it's in my blood. It's, you know, so my dad's a musician and my older brother, he was in the rap game. He's a Cambridge or a former Cambridge artist as well.
Who's that?
Have you heard of Schizophrenics?
I think so. I think
It's
so.
like late 90s, early 2000s Cambridge hip hop.
Okay. Okay. Word.
So,
All right. Word. Cause
but
what? So tell us more about that. Who's Schizophrenics?
so Schizophrenics is a rap group from Cambridge. Shout out my brother Checkmark, my best friend. um, so they were a hip hop group over like I was saying, late 90s, early 2000s. I I wish I could have more to say, but I was also like maybe 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I, you know, he would have a better, you know, background of everything. Um, but you know, it's all Cambridge made, you know, they ran their own, you know, label and all of that stuff. So when, like, in general, when I think of Cambridge and hip hop, like it's just like genuine, like real authentic, like, and we make it our own. um and well, usually I feel like we do stuff that people don't normally do, and like we just have um these like ideas, just like the Bridgeside cipher, like, you know, like Aaron, shout out Aaron King, that's my homie
Shout
from
out
high.
Aaron King. Got
Yeah,
it. We're
like
gonna
the
have him on the
Bridgeside
show
cipher,
soon.
like we just, you know, just go with the flow, and it's just like it's inviting, it's always good vibes, like, you know, like
Yeah.
that's, it's just, it's genuine and it's real and it's good vibes. And you know, it's home.
And I want to ask you more because we're getting into this whole thing about Cambridge hip hop and like it's seeming like there's a history. You're talking about you were a kid when people were actually out there like releasing records, actually a family member, your brother. But that's dope because a lot of people when they think Cambridge, they know Harvard. You know what I mean? Something like that, right?
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
right. And so
So
like it's like people be thinking we're like these like prissy assholes, and we're not, we're just regular people.
like
Like
everybody got a scholarship to Harvard because you're in
right,
Cambridge.
like bro, like I didn't go to Harvard, but like some of my homies might have, like
Yeah.
whatever, like
And that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? That's a
it's
good thing.
not, absolutely
Yeah.
not. Like it's always, you know, I'm always down for people bettering themselves and, you know, doing what you got to do to, you know, achieve what you need to be a good person and a better person. It's all like I'm always down for improvement.
Word.
Like but yeah, just like it's funny, like Cambridge hip hop now, looking at it now, and then when I was a kid back in the day, just my perspective, like my dad, he is a jazz musician. He plays chromatic harmonica. And so
Okay.
like between him and my brother, they were always like in and out of the Middle East, like doing shows and stuff like that. There was a time when I was like, I think 11 or 12, and my brother was doing a show at Middle East downstairs, and they actually let me in. And I look back and I'm like, yo, these dudes really let me in like that. And they let me on, he let me on stage and everything. He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
my little sister. And everyone's like, ah,
It
like,
made a great memory though,
yeah,
right? You know what I mean?
like 12-year-old little girl. And like, the thing, like, with hip hop, I've always been hip hop, but I never considered myself like I'm a rapper. Like, you know what
It's
I
a
mean?
lifestyle that you live.
Right.
Okay.
And so my family's funny because they'll be like, they're like, Jill didn't go to the rap game. The rap game came to Jill.
It's
And
true.
it's
It's
like, it's
true. Yeah.
kind of true because
Mm-hmm.
it's like it wasn't something I was looking for. I just like to write. I've loved to write since high school. I was super into poetry, so like that's just my thing. And then like as time went on, things have just fallen into place. And then like um you know, when Bridgeside started, that's when things like act like really leveled up. And
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like we all just made big moves, and it's all been so much fun, and like there's no pressure, and like, well, there's a little bit of pressure, I ain't gonna front, but like
you gotta have some pressure in hip hop music. You gotta have some kind of like a little bit of pressure, a little bit of competition.
You can't always be in your comfort zone, and that's the thing. Like, I was in a comfort zone for a really long time, like, you know, just, you know, making my music and not sharing it with anyone and just doing me and stuff like that. But then, like, once I did finally, like, start putting myself out there, and I was like, oh snap, like, people are really into this stuff. And we're just able to, like, all share our own music. Like, it's just so beautiful to me. Like, I'm not looking at hip-hop as, like, I'm trying to be, like, the star or, like, trying to gain all this clout. Like, I'm not, like, it's not even about that for me. Like, it's just, like, I'm just living life, and I want to make music that people can understand, that, you know, my family can sing, that everyone knows, you know, people are going to remember 10 Quarantine Commandments. And that's awesome to me because it's like everyone can relate to it. And
I might not be able to hear 10 Crack Commandments and not think of that now at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I hope I made Biggie proud shit.
He's like, yo. All right, yo. So,
but yeah,
I want to, if I could interject, I want to, ask you some more questions about the Bridgeside Cypher and Cambridge hip hop and all that type of stuff. But I want to get into one of these tracks that you sent me and actually play like one of your recorded tracks that we got out, right?
Word, yes.
So what's this first one we got again?
So this is like my anthem. This is my Cambridge track. This one's called Smack. And Smack is just a track that I wrote, and I just threw everything. I wanted to shout out my hood, Cambridge, whether it's Coast, NC, Port, East Cambridge, West Cambridge, all that shit, you know. So just a shout out to Cambridge, you know, a shout out to my homegirls, you know, a shout out to my exes. Look at me now, you know, all that shit. So
Word. All right, so Just Jill with Smack. So this is a track you said kind of represents everything you feel about Cambridge.
Just how I feel about everything.
Everything. All right, word. I like that energy. All right, let's go. So let's get into Smack and let's talk more about that when we come back. All right, Just Jill with Smack, Herm Radio.
Yo. Damn, I love my city, cause it's number one. C-A-M-B, Cambridge is where I'm from. I see all these frat cats getting lit going dumb. Homie, I'm the underdog, I bite, bitch, so run. Our block they wanna have, I grew up on Mass Ave. Rich bitches ain't about this life, don't care if you're good at math. Cause nothing's gonna change me, I represent like crazy. I do it on the daily, not my homie in ordinary. I'll brag and I boast when I'm shouting out the coast. But my homies throwing up them 4-4s, oh the most. And C, East and West, ain't forget about the rest. Ain't sleep, stayed woke, somehow I still feel refreshed. So Google me, bitch, and you'll know where I'm at. No pinpoint, cause the map said it on my back. Right there, everybody claps like, wait, Just Jill rap's gone for a bit. But hello boys, I'm back. Just chill in the motherfucking building. Yo. I still got all my exes and their feelings. They fall in love cause my bars are so appealing. True. Some throwing shade but still wishing we was chilling. Got big business money, I'm making a killing. Cash. I hate frauds cause the way they always stealing. Antoine Dodson, hide your wife, hide your children. Coming through the window, exit through the ceiling. Push it to the limit, baby, push it to the limit. And if the sky's the limit, I'ma atmosphere it. Got a blast, I'ma go Jimmy Neutron with it. I'm so hot that NASA couldn't even hit it. On my galaxy shit, I know who's in my zone. And on my hotline, only put all stars in my tone. You can't fuck with my girl squad, you should've known. So when they scream, yas, queen, get off my throne. Hold it down, ladies, tell them we don't know you shit. Because we run this world, fuck a president. These old dudes making rules like they gotta be. But don't get locked up when they pull out Free Willy. So now we gotta make a difference. Get the facts and correct the ignorance. You about to witness greatness, cause we the shit. And since we're in our business, listen to this. So what? I'll rock a mini skirt. I bet y'all wanna watch me go down and twerk. Nah, but I'll still get it poppin'. Just chill, talking smack, so watch me get this work. Yo, watch me get this work. 617 Cambridge.
Hold on, let me stop it.
Uh,
That joint went hard, Jill.
you fuck with it?
Yeah.
Hey!
That was I didn't know that I didn't know you went in like that.
Yeah, yo.
Nah, that had good energy. What was the story behind that? What type of energy was you on when you went in the studio and recorded that?
Dude, honestly, like, I was out on my lunch break, sitting on a bench, and I was just listening to beats, and I was like, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Like, dead ass. Like, isn't like it's nothing even crazy about it. Like, it was just like, I wanted to start off with a Cambridge anthem. Like, I haven't had one of those yet, so I wanted to start off with that. And that song, that was actually two different verses that I kind of just pieced all into one song. Now that I think about it, so like one was like my Cambridge verse, and the other one was kind of just about everything else, about how I was feeling about whatever, like
Yeah.
whether it was like like dudes, or like my homegirls and what we do, and like rap, whatever.
Real life stuff.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that was just that. So that was like my first real single, other than Booty Bandit. Like, that was my first, like, Just Jill single. So
Yeah. So like my
I
fault.
think that was the first one. I think that was the first verse that I spit at Bridgeside.
That same verse right there.
That first, yeah, that Cambridge.
Okay.
Part, yeah. So
I get a vibe from you as like an artist that, like, you kind of speak to the relatable problems that kind of like the common person, or like people, the down to earth people commonly face. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
that seems to be the focus of what I've heard so far from your music. Would you say so?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Like, I think I'm a pretty down to earth, chill person. Like, I have a good sense of humor, I think, at least. So, like, I try to, make people laugh, like, whatever. Like, my Instagram is Silly Jilly, like.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
more extra, but like, yeah. So I would definitely say, like, I think a lot of my music is very like down to earth, just chill, like, keeping it cool, casual, and
Yeah, that's the vibe I get, right?
yeah.
So, all right, moving on. The Bridgeside Cipher. So, tell us more about the Bridgeside Cipher. How you got involved? Like, pretty much every Bridgeside I see you. And I was telling Gio the same thing. I was telling God the same thing. It's like, when I say Bridgeside, I see a lot of new faces. I see a lot of people killing it. But there's certain people that look like the structures that build Bridgeside. You know what I mean? And Just Jill is obviously one of those like pillars. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's coming from an outsider. I'm just observing and stuff. So, can you please tell me more about what Bridgeside is, and how you got involved? Were you here from the origin? What's the story of Bridgeside and your involvement?
So Bridgeside, to me at least, is just, it's a collective of people, from Cambridge, Boston, Brockton, just like the area in general, who we all come down and, we just speak our piece. We share, how we feel, our bars, and whatever the case, if it's a verse or off the top. It's funny because when I first started going there, shout out to Greatness, Shaft, by the way, because he was the one.
Yo, what's up, Shaft?
Shu was the one who actually introduced me to that, so I can't like not give him credit right now for that, because he was the one who put me.
Okay, word.
He was actually trying to get me to go to like ciphers, but that was like before I became like public as an artist. Like, it took me a long time to like call myself an artist, so because I was still on my I'm regular wave. So like he was like, yo, it's in Central Square, and like I didn't live that far from that at the time, so I was like, oh, you know what, whatever, like let's show up. And honestly, like, it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And I still feel that way about Bridgeside. Like, because it's just, you don't, unless you are there, like, like, unless you're there, there's not many experiences like that. Like, there's just so much love and, like, just enthusiasm, and you know, everyone just does their thing. And like, again, shout out to Aaron, because I think he does such a great job, you know, holding the cipher together, making it a safe place for people to be at,
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah,
off,
yeah, yeah.
because it's in the middle of Central Square.
Yeah, in the
And
alley, in front of an alley. You know what I mean?
yes, exactly.
Where things
Like,
have gone down. You know what I mean?
exactly. It's in the middle of Central Square. You know,
Yeah.
we got all these, you know, all the, you know, the characters out there and shit. So it's like, you know,
And
he does.
they get involved in the cipher sometimes. You know?
Right. Dude, they be loving it too. They be
Yeah.
going in. There was this one dude, what was his Cat Daddy?
I feel like I might have seen him. I don't know. What?
It was the dude with the cane. Yo, and he loved all of us. He was always cheering. But even though they were like, these dudes are all drunk, like, it's still mad love.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's Cambridge. Like, it's just like, you know, walks of all different lives, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, it's just like, it's a safe space. There's mad love, and it's just like, it's cool shit. It's good shit. But like, I kind of sidetracked for a sec, but yeah, like, so my first Bridgeside Cypher, I was introduced to that. Shout out to Hope Dope. She was the one who actually suggested I start, you know, performing my verses and stuff like that. And I was with one of my homegirls, shout out Enfuego, who was my homegirl who did Booty Bandit with me. We have a group called B&B also. So our tracks, that's a B&B track. So me and her were at the cypher, and Hopadope was killing it, and she was going off with Flo Tiglio. He was doing his thing.
Yeah,
and
Flo Tiglio, yeah.
Dude, they were vibing out, and then like C4, the Bad Wolf, came
C4.
in. Yo, like, it was just a super vibe, like, and we were not prepared for that. I was like, what? And me and Fuego were like, yo, like, you guys are amazing, you guys are epic, like, what? And she was like, girl, like, you need to do your shit too. And I'm just like, I'm at home, like, whatever, like, but she really encouraged both
That's
of us
important.
to go out and do
That's
that.
dope that she did that. That's dope.
Dude, and like she's like one of the main reasons why I push so hard for when it comes to like female artists, like, you know, being able to put themselves out there and support each other and stuff like that, because Hope was the first person who did that for me. And like within like the past year, ever since then, like, shit's like changed, and it's amazing. Like, you know,
Yeah,
I've
and
met
females is kind of
like,
taking over hip hop right now a little bit.
dude, the females are killing it. Yo, this morning I was, let's shout out K-Watts for her new EP, yo. Confidence, mad Dipset vibes. Oh my god, I felt like I was back in high school, yo. I was like, yo, so shout out to her for that, because that shit bumps.
So what's that? How do we check that out? What's that?
So Confidence, I believe it's Confidence Chapter 1. Her EP she just put out like a few days ago, and that's on Spotify. And I believe it's on other platforms too, but I'm positive it's on Spotify. So you gotta bump my girl K Watts. You gotta bump her new EP, yo. She did her thing on that.
Word, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Absolutely.
Hey, if you're listening, I am super proud of you for that shit, girl. That bumped. I was listening to it in the shower, like, out there going ham on this shit. So good.
That's
shit.
love. That's love when you. That's back when people had CDs. If they really love something, they have one for the car, one for the stereo system, one for like another spot they be at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I want to get into one of your Bridgeside Cypher performances. Show anybody that's watching this that might not have ever seen Bridgeside Cypher what it is through you know what I mean, through one of your verses. So which cipher you want to go to first?
We can do the first one. Let's
do nothing
hip hop. Yeah, nothing but hip hop. That's like actually one of my favorite pieces out of like the Bridgeside ciphers. Like it was just my first performance with the cipher, and like the whole video itself is just came out super clean. Aaron and Atma did a great job. So shout out Bridgeside. You can actually, all the videos that we're playing tonight, you guys can find on YouTube also. If you go to, I believe it's Bridgeside Entertainment, if not Cambridge Hip Hop Collective, but we got a bunch of cypher videos on there. You guys can all find them out on YouTube. You can also find me, Jillian Just Jill, if you type that in. And it's Jillian Just Jill with a money sign. But yeah, so we can go to the first one, Nothing But Hip Hop, and that's basically me again, just saying my 16 bars about how I feel about hip hop and what it means to me. So we can start off with that.
All right, word.
Word.
So this is Just Jill in her Bridgeside Cypher, and it's, she entitled it Nothing But Hip Hop. Let's go.
Look, I'm made of nothing but hip-hop. Just jealous, so original that I bebop. I hear kids out here, they say they're the new Tupac, but their rhymes are always saying something that he's not. Your favorite 90s kid here to teach you a quiz pop. I'm from the last class of that old school hip-hop. I'll tell you the difference from what's street and what's not. What comes from the soul versus what is a flip-flop. What can you name the elements that you forgot? I'll give you a clue with some knowledge that I'll drop. First MCing where the bars have meaning. Second is graffiti rap, the alley that I be in. 3 is DJ beat on replay, mix your hearing. 4 the B-boys and girls windmilling. I can't dance on my head, but trust I'll do the running, man. 90 style, not like that new-ish that I can't stand. But nowadays a trap beat and some mumbles. I wanna hear real street in their voice, nothing subtle. My hits, the lines punchable, my rhymes are untouchable. Just chill, yelling Bridgeside, so wonderful. Bridgeside, hey, yes, yo.
Hella dope, hella dope. So that gives everybody idea what Bridgeside Cypher actually is, right?
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
everybody in the back, nothing but hip hop, right? What is that verse about? What is, like, you said a lot in that verse. What was that verse about?
That verse was basically saying, I'm made of nothing but hip hop. It's in my DNA. I'm so original that I bebop. So that's how I started off. Basically, like, that's how far, I've been with hip hop to me, and basically just about, like, kids, and just not even just kids, but people in hip hop, like, just trying, like, gassing themselves up. And I'm not saying, like, people shouldn't, like, not be confident in themselves, but I feel like people don't really know, like, where hip hop came from, and they need to school themselves on that before they can call themselves, like, oh, I'm the new Biggie, I'm the new Tupac, I'm this, I'm that. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, if that's what you are, you better, I hope you did your research. Do you know the elements? And that's basically what I wanted to say with that, was just like, if that's who you are, then, know your research, know your shit, because
absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Because you were born in it, you was raised in it. I want to ask you, like, speaking on that, like, there's a big division I find in the young, newer generation of music, of rap, hip hop, trap music, all that type of stuff in the older division. I myself don't agree with most of the people my age and their approach to it. A lot of people is like, yo, I hate trap music. Everything they give that blanket statement, like, everything they talk about sucks. You know what I mean? It's stupid. And then I'll be like, yo, did you listen to the album? You know what I mean? Like, no, all I heard was this. All I heard was that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
An artist, for instance, like this is a few years back, but OG Mako, like, OG Mako had this song called, it was a stupid song. Like, it was kind of stupid. It was like, I don't know. It's just something really, like, catchy, you know what I mean, like that. And so, like, everybody judged him on that, right? But you go listen to his music. Like, he got music. He was in a rock band. He got music influenced by, like, rock music. He got lyrical music that's commentating on, like, society and stuff like that. What's your take? Because you was talking about, like, not knowing the elements of hip hop and that type of stuff, and, like, it's important to know that. How do we inspire this division to not be such a division? How do we, like, get them to want to be interested in this type of stuff? You know what I mean?
Right. Like, it's so hard because, like, it's just me in general. When I remember, right, like, because I've had the people in my life who influenced me the way they did, but I remember like specifically like when I was in the 8th grade, I wanted to know what the first hip hop song was. And then like I was just like, oh, Sugar Hill Gang or whatever.
Yeah,
And then
generic.
like all throughout, like from there on throughout high school, I mean, other than like Lil Wayne when he was putting stuff out here and there, like, or Dipset, like I was listening to everything from like 80s R&B, 80s R like 80s hip hop, 90 like all of it. And I had one of my sister's homies, he used to burn CDs. He used to burn mixtapes for me. And like some of the mixtapes were like old, like good like mixtapes. They would have like New Edition, you know, Guy, all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
I would go ham and do my research. So it's just like just from like those 4 years in high school, I've just done so like I just wanted to know where like this music came from and know my background, because people will ask you and like call you out, and I was just like always prepared for that in general, not even necessarily as an artist, but I wanted people to know I know my shit, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like when it comes to people nowadays, like it's like if you don't have an interest on knowing where you came from, it's like, do you, you know, like where do you stand with that? It's like, you know, because yeah, I don't have an issue with trap or anything. Like, I mean, at first when I first heard it, and I was like, yo, this is garbage. Like,
Yeah, right.
you know what I mean?
We all have these thoughts, yeah.
Right. But at the same time, when I do look at trap like now, it's easier for me if I'm like, if I need to come up with like a short verse, or like it's helpful because it's quick and like, like, I'm with Burn. Like it's easy. So it's just like, it's cool in that sense. But I feel like people should really kind of look at who, true artists are. And like, you hear Tupac, you hear Biggie and all of that, but it's like, do you guys really know who Big Daddy Kane is though? Have you really listened to, KRS-One, all them? Do you like, have you listened to not Rod, I always get her and Foxy Brown mixed up. Have you like listened to Foxy Brown? Like all that shit, like, I
Yeah.
think it's really important, especially for artists, like, if people aspire to do stuff like this, really understand the background of it. And and it doesn't have to be who everyone likes. It can be whoever the hell you like. If you like Luther and that's the vibe you're on, if you're like into that, do that, like whatever works for you. But I definitely think people should learn their history and where hip-hop comes from and how it started, and like
Mm-hmm.
it's and there's a lot of perspectives on so many aspects of hip-hop when it comes to like gender or race or like whatever the case is. And it's like, honestly, the way I look at things, it's like my brother's a white rapper, you know what I mean? So he's had plenty of haters, I'm sure. But that's another thing that I like about Cambridge hip hop, is that like in Cambridge it doesn't even really fucking matter.
No,
like,
that's a fact.
like there's so many cultures. I heard there was like at least like 6,000 different ethnicities in Cambridge.
Wow, 6,000 like living?
Something like that. I could
now,
but it was a large ass
and
number.
if you've traveled and if you've been to the South and Midwest in different places, it's not like that in other places. Like you go, they'll have this people from this side of the world, people from that side of the world, and be like I don't know, hundreds of different cultures in one town or one city. But it's like to have 6,000 in like one small city like that. Wow, that says a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy, but like, well, it's not crazy. It isn't. It's beautiful, is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, but yeah, like I feel like people just need to be like with hip hop, true to themselves, know what they're saying. Don't just talk about ass and whatever is trending, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, because it becomes like just like almost like a collective conversation. Like all these rappers are just having the same conversation about the same stuff, and it becomes more of a competition of like how can I say it.
Right,
But
exactly. Yeah, like for instance, let's say, okay, just chill. Like I like to talk money. I put a dollar sign in my name, so I should want to talk about money. But like I feel like when it comes to money, I don't like to be like, "Oh, I'm getting money, racks on racks," you know, like I like letting people know where I came from. I
yeah,
struggled, my family, we went through it at times, and I'm where I'm at now, and I'm proud to be where I'm at. And you know um I'm not doing it just to like floss and shit. Like I want people to see other aspects. It's not always like, it doesn't always have to be about being flashy and shit all the time.
of
Like,
course, yeah.
and that's what a lot of people do, and it's fun and it's cool. Yeah, like I like being flossy too, like, but it
Nah, it's
doesn't always have to
abundance.
be about that. Like that's, like be yourself.
I had a problem with that too myself. Like when I've been rapping since I was a young kid, but then when I came back to it, all I wanted to rap about was like pain and struggle and that type of stuff. That's all I had on my chest. But then eventually, it's like I realized like I need to start talking about what I want in life. It's important. The words that you put out there, the words that you put on paper, it's like, what do you want in life? You want to
Right.
talk about that. Because on the flip side, if you talk about a lot of death and destruction, that might come into your life as well. So it's like, I'm also a pro of like talking about money, talking about these things. And some of my favorite songs is like, I'm racking up money, yada yada. But like you said, it's so important to talk about the process of where you came from, so that it's more educational, it's more
Right.
motivational. It helps people as opposed to like
Yeah.
I got this money and like forget y'all down there or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. My and I think that's just something you learn as you grow as an artist too. Like I remember like when I was in high school and I was like writing raps, I was trying to be on some ill like city girl shit. Yo, I was garbage. This was trash.
I
I
feel
had no
shit,
what
yo.
I was doing. I found the raps one day like cleaning out my basement, and I was like, "Oh geez, no, I got to throw that away." it
Yeah.
was but like and then like when I did start going to the studio, and like my first song I wrote to part I wrote to Party and Bullshit by Biggie also,
Okay.
actually. Um,
This is a reoccurring theme here.
and yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's funny how things work. Um, but yeah, like so I wrote a verse to that. It was like my first. It was like what, maybe like 8 or so bars, and I showed my older brother, and I was dumb proud. I was like, "Word, he's gonna love this shit." Even though, and like I was what, maybe like 22 or 23, and like it took him a while to like still deal with me swearing, like, so I'm like, fuck. And he's like, I like it, but like eventually he was like, you need to like learn how to not rap about yourself and rap about things. Fine. And I was like, you're right. And that's like, at once he told me that, I was like, I could be like just chilling in the motherfucking building until my face turns blue, but like, what am I saying? So it's just like, that's when I started like realizing like, okay, maybe I'll write about this, or even with like, I'll write about dogs, Poochie Gang. Like I heard the Gucci Gang instrumental, and I wrote it about my dog instead, and then everyone liked it.
That's dope. Do
Like,
you have music videos yet?
no, I'm trying to
You
come
need
out
some
with my
music videos for these concepts.
bro. So I was gonna come out with my Booty Bandit music video this summer. I wanted to come out with so many videos this summer. And I'm trying to get my EP out this summer as well. So I'm like, this quarantine, man, I'm like, it made me feel like so many things just got pushed on hold, but like we're gonna have a Booty Bandit video, we're gonna have a Smack video coming out, we're gonna have a ton of stuff coming out. There's gonna be so
All
much
right,
good
word.
material.
We need the visualization because I feel like that's really gonna like they just need to see the world of Just Jill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely coming. It's coming
All right,
soon.
bet.
So,
All right, yo, this is a great conversation. Let's get back to it, but I want to play another track by you. So we got another track lined up, right?
yes, and
All right, where?
this one's Gotta Get Money, and this is one of the first songs I wrote, and I refurbished it recently. And I think it came out pretty dope. Shout out to John Scott. He records like all of my music, and he's amazing. Over
How they
at
get in
Phoenix
touch with him?
Down.
My fault.
He's over at Phoenix Down Studios in Somerville. And like a bunch of artists can attest for him. Terry Borderline, he knows him. K Watts, John Scott's the man. So shout out to John Scott for like holding it down like since the beginning. Like so, this has Gotta Get Money, and it's just a song, one of my first songs I wrote, and we redid it and we kind of made it, a Just Chill classic. So this has Gotta Get Money, and I hope you guys like it.
All right, word. Gotta Get Money by Just Jill, Herm Radio.
Hey.
Look, my house paid and my whip paid and my chain spells boss with a gold plate. De Niro, I translate. The rest here and they contemplate. The rate I'm going just accumulates. Mental math, my shit as I calculate. Hating asses, they always speculate when they still sitting home on their prepaid. So they to be the boss and I'm stunned. Bills in my jeans, keep it 100. Attract attention when you know your fronting's all legal. No need for smuggling, cause I'm just chillin', I'm flawless. Have a hard time closing my wallet. Overflowing with all these fortunes while you still wait for yours in portions. So you dough finances, these bankrolls romantic. I'm in love with these dead presidents while you look for chump change frantic. I like paper, I like plastic. Man, the shit's so raw, it's graphic. So don't bother me and ask for shit, cause I'm the real deal, still in your counterfeit. Then you gotta get money. Debit or credit, I got expensive tastes. You could check the receipt of how much I spent. Can't sleep cause the money motivates, while you're slaving away to pay your rent. Because my lyrics subliminal, cash is so irresistible. Got all of this money, you think that I was a criminal. Damn. Hustle and bustle, never getting in trouble. Don't be mad at me because your life is a struggle. And you
Yeah, Jill, I could get down with that message, man.
You digging it?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So I actually kind of got a funny story about that now that I think about this song.
All right, word.
Like, so when I originally wrote this song, the beat, the Gotta Get Money hook that was done with the Nicki Minaj. So you could hear Nicki Minaj saying, "Gotta get money," and
Oh,
like
that's her voice?
that's my voice.
Okay,
I
okay.
changed this, so the original song "Gotta Get Money" had Nicki Minaj on it, but this year I redid the song, and so that deep voice is my voice. So I like totally like made it just Jill instead of like Nicki Minaj, you know, all this extra stuff.
Nah, I couldn't have heard it no other way. Like that seems like it would be better. Yeah, yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you. So like we did this song and we're in the studio, right? And I'm posting it on my story and I'm like, yeah, we're in the stew, gotta get money, blah blah blah. And this dude, he DMs me and he told me my song was cringe. and I died because I was like, I've been waiting for someone to like just out of just being realistic, because you know, like not everyone's gonna like love your music, and that's fine. But
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the one person to tell me that I'm like, you know, you're whack. Like, so this guy told me my song was cringe, and I'm like, word. I finally got this one guy, but like, I was thinking about it because I like real, like, you know, honest answers, like, you know, like, and I'm like, why would he think it was cringe? And then like I listened to the beat, and if you listened closely to the beat, it's actually the intro to Nintendo, the Nintendo opening screen.
Okay.
So
Super Nintendo or Nintendo?
I think just Nintendo.
Okay, word.
And yeah, it's the opening sound, and I loved the beat, and so I'm listening, and I'm like, damn, this dude thinks it's cringe, and I'm like, yeah, it's one person, but I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing the beat any justice. So that's when, like, you know, I threw in like the, you know, the coin idea during the hook, you know, all the sound effects, and wanted to make it sound like a lot more video game-ish.
So did
like,
you produce that?
John produced it.
But you kind of like went back and like, wow, right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't want people thinking. I mean, they can think it's cringe, it's whatever, but I think it's a hot track.
Nah, so, that's like, it sounds really professional, and like that coin. You know what I mean? I was thinking like, I know these are like Mario. I thought they were Mario sounds or something like that. Like,
yeah, they were all of the Nintendo coin sounds.
Word. So yeah, nah, that really seemed to really bring it together, and that's like a lot of people nowadays, especially, they just go in, they just record a track, freestyle. Maybe it has a hook, but like there's an art to when you have a track, you go back, you perfect it, you polish it, you come back, you add things, and that's like that's real artistry. You know what I mean? That everybody that isn't like doesn't want to have the patience for. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
But I enjoyed that track. I was just vibing out, and it has that feeling like it makes you want gotta get money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
We need that. We all need that. We need that. It's important, bro. It's important.
Word. Yeah.
So,
I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Let me think. So, Cambridge. Tell me more about like Cambridge. You got the Middle East there. Have you ever you frequent the Middle East? Tell us about what the Middle East and all that.
So like Middle East, the Middle East is like a Cambridge staple. Basically I had my first show there this past year. I want to say, actually, I performed there twice last year, and I was pretty excited about that because that was like kind of a goal of mine as an artist. So I was really excited we were able to do that. We did My Ideas Never Die. They're a promotional group. C4 the Bad Wolf worked with them, and they did a show for us about a year ago there. And then we did another one with Mr. PSA. Shout out Mr. PSA from the Rec Shot. He did a lupus event there, and that was actually in honor of one of my best friends, like, in the entire world. She suffers from chronic lupus, and she is a gangster bitch, let me tell you. And we threw this party for her, and this event was lit. And like, I was just so happy it was at the Middle East, because it was just like, the way everything came together was just super dope. That was back in July. Brandy Blaze was there. Who else? It was me, Brandy Blaze.
Yeah, Brandy Blaze is dope.
Who else was there? Jasmine Red. Who else was there? Mad heads with it. It was crazy. There's just so many heads there. But like, yeah, like Middle East. I'm excited. I'm definitely looking forward to, you know, doing more shows than when we're able to, you know, once this whole thing is lifted.
Yeah.
But yeah, Middle East has been there like forever. Like I said, I've been there since I was a kid, obviously. Going in when I was like 12. Weirdo. But
that's like,
I mean, that shit. I'm like,
I'm not advocating for it, but it's like, I remember my mother, she was a DJ, you know what I mean?
Word.
My mother and my father were both DJs, right? And then they had the X Games in Newport, Rhode Island, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was up there, like, they was on, like, the rafters or whatever. She was, like, DJing and stuff like that. And she had me, like, go up and, like, do the DJ thing for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But they came and stopped it eventually. But it's, like, memories like that. Like, yeah, it's unorthodox. Yeah. It's not what you, like, things could go wrong. But it's like, man, like, right. Hip-hop babies, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wanna get into another couple of your Bridgeside ciphers so people can hear more of your raps. You know what I'm saying? Which one you want to play next?
Any of them are cool.
Well.
Yeah, we got a lot of good cipher clips in this one. We have one with Honeycomb. He's a beatboxer. He's dope. We had an ill cipher that over the summer where he was like one of our special guests. And he was just killing it with the beatbox. And I'm pretty sure he like just beatboxing like all over the world. Like he's pretty well known. So
his name's Honeycomb.
Yeah, Honeycomb.
So you rapping in the Bridgeside cipher, and he's like beatboxing. It's like he's the whole beat. All right,
yeah,
word.
All of us, like we all just went in and started rapping over this dude's beat. God bless him, because if it was me, I would have been out of breath like hours ago. I was like, this dude is crazy. I'm like, yo, we're not shutting up. Like, but
man,
like, yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
It was such a lit night. It was such a dope night.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was cool.
All right, word. So let's get into that next. So this is Honeycomb beatboxing and Just Jill rapping at the Bridgeside Cypher. All right, let me bring it up. All right, here we go.
So lyrical, couldn't you tell from my appearance? This is my ritual cipher, I'm feeling in the spirit. Ghosts and Jews, they want features, that's an interference. My course of action so driven, that's just my perseverance. Speaking loud and clear, I'm making sure you hear this. I know we lit and that's dope, but are you coherent? Cause I ain't a babysitter. My friends clown on me saying I'm a lightweight, don't forget I'm still a heavy hitter. No domestic, but I'll grab the mic and wreck it. So hard even Ralph got offended. Well, I might be a little aggressive, but if you wanna get things done, man, that shit is effective, but check it. Make sure you don't disrespect it. Fuck a bird, man, and all them chicken heads, they gon' get it, cause I'm on savage mode, the equivalent to offensive. I'm just a beauty and a beast, rolled up into one blessing. Yo. Say Bridgeside. Bridgeside. Say Bridgeside. Bridgeside. Say Bridgeside.
Yeah, that was ill. Got bars, Joe.
Thanks, homie. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely, man. So, like, wait, do you have are you working on any projects? Do you got any projects in the near future?
Yeah. So I'm working on my EP right now. It's called $1 Jillion Dreams. And basically, $1 Jillion Dreams is, you know, it's kind of. It breaks away from what people are used to of me with my music. So, like, a lot of my songs, you know, they're, like, goofy songs, like, you know, parody raps or, like, usually relatable, you know, type of challenges, stuff like that. Tributes, whatever. But this is a little more deeper. So this kind of shows a different side of me, like a more personal side of just Jill. Not strictly hip hop necessarily. So I got some different vibes going on in there. Gotta Get Money is gonna be on the EP.
What other kind of vibes? Like
Um,
what other musical
like,
influences?
so we got like new edition like R&B vibes going on in it. So
Okay.
that's gonna be fun. I don't want to spoil it too much yet, but yeah, like we got some R&B new edition type vibes. You know, we got some Bridgeside my Bridgeside Bars video. We the Smartest, I named it. And that's a female artist tribute song that I did. So that song, and I have a clip for that also. That song's gonna be on the EP. And then just like, you know, a bunch of it's gonna be very diverse. It's gonna be good.
Word, and that's important nowadays. Like,
my bad. This is my girl over here. She's over here photobombing me.
It's like, yeah, she want to get on the stream. Talk about her release. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She's like, we got this song called Poochie Gang, right?
Right. That's it. There you go. That's the star of your video right there. You know what I mean? Put a chain and some sunglasses on them or something.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, she knows.
So you said you have a clip of one of these tracks off of the album?
Yeah. So I have my Bridgeside Bars video.
Okay.
And that one was my tribute to, you know, all of the female artists that have been killing it, you know, putting themselves out there, you know, whether it's music or, you know, whatever craft you do. And basic what female hip hop means to me.
Okay, word. That's the YouTube link?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yep. And again, shout out Aaron King, shout out Bridgeside for, you know, producing the video.
So Aaron King made this video, and this is a Bridgeside production.
Yep.
And so what is this? This is
So this is Bridgeside Bars, and Bridgeside.
Oh, word. Yep.
Yeah.
Tell us about Bridgeside Bars, please.
Bridgeside Bars is it's a series of, you know, individual videos of local artists, you know, saying their piece, whatever they have to say, from, you know, Cambridge artists, Boston artists, you know, there's a ton of them, and they're just, you know, little short videos of, you know, what Bridgeside is and what we're about, and, you know, it's all about, you know, supporting local artists.
Or my fault, I gotta stop it. Yo, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just saying it's basically like, you know, all about supporting local artists, and just giving them, you know, their time to shine. So Bridgeside Bars.
So Bridgeside Bars. So this is Just Jill's edition of Bridgeside Bars. Let's go, Herm Radio.
Just Jill. Bridgeside Bars. Yo, this is for the female artists that be working their hardest. Lately feels like I've been finessing it. Heads guessing my moves, but they ain't getting it. On the mic, and if not, I'm on my grind. And I've dealt with harder times, now there's really no sweat in this. Cause they haven't lived a life like mine. Man, a couple times, man, I almost died. My girl T says you only live once, so why not do it big? It's getting live with the Bridgeside. I'm just trying to make my mama proud. Shout out to the strong women who held me down. Cause I'm flexing the strong woman I am now. I'm built to be the queen. I rock the crown. I fly honeys, wanna let the ladies know to kill that drama and beef. Cause baby girl, it's time to grow, cause they don't wanna see us out here making it shine unless we hurting each other or look on fleek with injected behinds. Female artists, keep on pushing your hardest. This rap dude's out here with UG, cause don't forget we the smartest. Don't forget we the smartest. Yo, I said, female artists, keep on pushing your hardest. This rap dude's out here with UG, cause don't forget we the smartest. Nah, don't forget we the smartest. Just Jill spitting facts with the lyricism. I'm sick of female rap getting bad criticism. Cause I know I'm different, and I'm trying to build a new foundation. Call that support system. Roll through with my girl squad. Dudes jealous of our bars, that's their fault. Too busy smooth talking, cause they think they're popping. Try to distract you with the love and the hip hopping. But I'll save that nonsense for the television, cause it's not my vision. Unless I'm working for Nickelodeon and helping out the children. I'm just a 90s kid who's doing it a little different. So, in the meantime, in between time, ladies, go get yours. Don't let no one block your shine. Female artists, keep on pushing your hardest. There's rap dudes out here with huge egos. Don't forget we the smartest. Female artists, keep on pushing your hardest. There's rap dudes out here with huge egos. Don't forget we the smartest. Nah, don't forget we the smartest. Yo. Because we working the hardest. And we know we the smartest. Yeah, we know it. And don't forget it. I'm just Jill.
I love it, Jill.
You like
I love
it?
it. Nah, I love it. I love it. No exaggeration, for real.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Because I'm not one, like, coming from a man's perspective, I'm not one to speak on the expression of women, how they should or not, should or should not express themselves. But, like, I think it's so important for there to be the representation of people, like, inspiring young women to represent themselves in, like, this type of pure artistic way. You know what I'm saying? Like, be yourself. Like, don't confine to anything that you think like a man or anybody or society thinks that you should be in this realm of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's artists in the spotlight today that kind of may hurt or help that. I don't know. When you're talking about the youth, because I'm about the youth. So young women, young boys. You know what I'm saying? I think it's so important to inspire them in the right way, show them the right role models, because a lot of people don't have parents, guardians. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes people are raised by the music. Tell me why that. Do you feel a call into, like, because I get from your music like such a great representation from the female perspective of like a role model. Why do you represent that, you think?
I think I'm glad I have over time. I don't feel like I always did. Because I feel like as an artist, I was still finding myself in the beginning, and I always aspired to be, but like, because I had such like a sailor's mouth in my music, it made it really hard to.
Hey, it's a mess, right?
So it was just like, I'm over here, dude, when I put Booty Bandit out, my nieces were like 3 singing Booty Bandit. You know how much trouble I got in? Like, they're like, really? And I'm like, okay. But like, now that I'm older, I'm more aware of like, what's out, what, the kids are listening to, and, what they're watching on YouTube, all that stuff. And, I'm more aware of what I don't want them to hear, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, and I think it's important for like, us as females, growth is always important. And, we're in a different time nowadays, and there's a lot of open-mindedness in people. And I think there's always been like female rappers need to be like, there always needs to be a beat for like, there's always like, whether it's, who Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, I think it was, or then it was Lil Kim and Nicki, and then Nicki and Cardi B. Like, it's always like, and it doesn't, like, yeah, it's cool to talk about, but like, it'd be cooler if everyone was a fucking gang and like, was down to earth and weren't fighting.
Yeah, so much more could be done, right? What if there was a female Wu-Tang, like artists on that level? You know what I'm saying?
I will start the female Wu-Tang. I don't know which one I'll be. You know what? Maybe I'll be ODB since I'm so fucking goofy. But like, Dude, I would be. Oh my god, that would be lit.
Hey, Just Jill said it right here. If you got like, I don't know if you want to call it what 8.
Yo, who wants to start the female Wu-Tang with me? Hit me up. You guys got my Instagram, SillyJulius3. We're gonna start the female Wu-Tang.
You heard it here first.
21.
Female Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of this year, but 2021, I think I'll be okay to do it.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's going. You guys will never be able to meet. It's a quarantine Wu-Tang. You know what I mean?
Right?
God forbid, no. Yeah. So that's really dope. That's so important. And I'm like, I learned too, like coming from a male perspective, like coming from the masculinity, listening to all that hip hop, like Queensbridge,
Right.
New York, like even Wu-Tang, like a lot of the teachers and leaders don't necessarily teach us how to make space for the woman and for the female energy in anything we do, and whether it's hip hop music, whether it's another art form, you know what I'm saying? So I think like we really have a lot to learn. Like a lot of dudes wouldn't listen. When I was growing up, a lot of dudes wouldn't listen to like female rappers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like I think we grew up a lot from that time, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, like I think like just from like, and I mean I'm just going off of from what I've heard from guys, because I feel like, you know, guys don't listen to music because they think like, you know, like what Cardi B, like, you know, there's Cardi B and City Girls and all this, like, you know, like I like Cardi B. Like, I have my days when I'm feeling Cardi B-ish, and I'm like, whatever. Like, you know, I feel like twerk.
Me too.
Like, you know, like,
not that.
Like, so
Yeah.
I don't like to necessarily throw shade at like people for, you know, their art necessarily, but like, and you know, like, I know the perspective. Like, guys just think like women are just constantly talking about sex, and it's like, yeah, maybe some of them are talking about sex, but so are you, like, you know what I mean? So
That's
it's
right.
like, but there's a, like, you know, a stigma with women, and you know how we operate with shit, and like, you know, I don't want to knock that, but I don't want people to think that's all it is, because like there was a bar I said, just Jill spitting facts with the lyricism. I'm sick of female rap getting bad criticism because I know I'm different, and I'm trying to build a new foundation. Call that a support system.
Yeah. I think I peeped that. Was that the first one? The first
That was the second verse.
Okay.
Like, that's how I feel. Like, you know, I hate when people are always dogging female rap, and it's just like, because that's not all it is. And even like mainstream people have said that, like, it's not just like, you know, all about sex all the time. Like, there's so much, like, there's like tons of great music out there, like from like billions of other artists that like people won't even acknowledge because they're too busy hating. And it's like, it's mad good shit. Like, we got like bitches doing our like their thing out here, you know? So, like, and things would just be so much more productive if everyone just was like, would get along.
Yeah, and it's important because, you know, the males, you know what I mean? It's important that we protect and foster and uplift the women of our community, you know what I'm saying? Which I find through the music, through the ideology of the music, a lot of times that clashes with the ideals we should be building, like in our actual lives. Like, if you don't have the responsibility to understand how to differentiate somebody else's rap from how you should be acting or treating somebody, then it's like you're messing up, you know what I mean? And I see a lot of people messing up nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's important, like we were talking about the young and the old generations, it's important the young and the old come together, it's important the male and the female come together. We talked about different cultures coming together in Cambridge, so all of that stuff. Yo, Jill, I wanna move it, we'll wrap up soon. But you've been talking about this track a few times. You mentioned and referred to this track a few times. I think I want to go ahead and play it if we can.
Yeah.
The booty track. How's it go?
Booty Bandit.
Booty Bandit. So welcome.
Let's play some Booty Bandit. I'm always down for some Booty Bandit.
Yeah, we built it up. We gotta let the viewers and listeners know.
Shout out to Enfuego, my baby girl. Yo, can I tell you, we wrote this song at work. Like, we were like clowning on people. Like, me and her, we worked at a restaurant at the time, and we were hostesses, and we would just write raps at the host stand about people at work, and Booty Bandit is one of those songs. That was like that's our baby. So shout out En Fuego, you know, B&B forever, fucking, and let's get it poppin', yo, Booty Bandit.
All right, let's go. Booty Bandit by Just Jill.
Hey.
Herm Radio.
Booty bandit, booty booty bandit, booty bandit, booty booty bandit. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. Booty bandit, booty booty bandit, booty bandit, booty booty bandit. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. He's a bandit, you can call him Sick Fingers. Fast hands and eyes that linger. Mad fly at work, yo skirt. It ain't the only thing that clings to you. Baby, you ain't gotta twerk it, girl. Just show up so he can come and work it, girl. Booty up, palms out, prepare your butt game, girl. Cause here comes the bandit, the booty bandit, the booty booty bandit.
Now all those other dudes, they can't stand it. Cause they know we love the booty booty bandit. No such thing as personal space bandit. Wants to get a taste, all ass, no face. If you're looking for trouble, bend over on the table. Damn, here's a unicorn. He was watching from his stable, but don't panic, girl. Keep your eye out for the bandit. Cause girl, with your buns, he's about to do damage.
Booty bandit, booty booty bandit, booty bandit, booty booty bandit. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. Now boys, don't be tripping cause you know he's whipping. Game on your girl and in a minute she'll be slipping. Right at your hands, no it ain't her fault. She ain't fine in them pants. And like I said, he's the bandit, but he ain't afraid to cop a feel. So watch your back, ladies, you already know the deal. Cause a glance ain't the only thing he's gonna steal. 5-finger discount, people now shout it out.
Like one for the bandit, 2 juicy booties, 3 for the squad who work and do their duties. But when the shift's in, it's time to kill. The booty bandit lurks and he's ready to feel. Cause there's so many ladies here rocking them heels. Drop it low, oh man, I hope that ass is real. But even if it's fake, the bandit, he don't discriminate. Why not? Now that's the truth, now the booty bandit's on the loose.
Booty bandit, booty booty bandit, booty bandit, booty booty bandit. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. Booty bandit, booty booty bandit, booty bandit, booty booty bandit. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it. You got a fat ass, you know that he gon' handle it.
Yes, yeah, Joe. I mess with that. I know that's a club anthem.
Fucks with Booty Bandit.
I know that's an anthem, right?
Booty Bandit is the anthem.
What is that? What is that about? Like,
Yeah, no one knows. Like, it's like, yo, what the
As it
fuck
goes,
are you talking about, bro?
I'm trying to figure out. I think I get 2 different general messages. Like, what is that song about? What was the motivation? I want to hear the story.
Okay, so Booty Bandit, in a nutshell, is basically a song we wrote about one of our coworkers. And this coworker, he accidentally swiped En Fuego's butt one time when he was turning a corner, and he actually, because of the corner we were at, like when you swing your arms, like it was just kind of like one of those, and it was so sad because he's like such a stand-up guy, like he's a really good kid, like,
so he didn't mean to do it.
Yeah, like he has a girlfriend who's like super awesome, like he felt like a piece of shit after. So we decided to make a song about it as a joke.
Oh, damn.
So the song was a joke. And so throughout the song are like inside joke references within like when we worked at the restaurant. So like for instance, one of the references I wrote, if you're looking for trouble, bend over on the table. Damn, there's the unicorn. He was watching from his stable. So everybody thinks, you know, I'm talking about down there, but I'm actually not at all. So what I'm talking about is my boss. And
why's your boss a unicorn?
we called him the unicorn because every time we would talk or do something we shouldn't have been doing, he would pop up and he was like a majestic unicorn. So we called him the unicorn.
Damn, bro.
It was like every time I was doing some shit, I knew damn well I
Does
shouldn't
he
have
know
been
this
doing.
song exists and that he's a unicorn?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, the whole restaurant knows. Yeah, dude, we used to perform all of our tracks for our holiday parties. Like once everyone got drunk enough, we'd be like,
Man.
"Yo, throw on Booty Bandit." But yeah, so like once we wrote that and everything, I was like, "Yo, wouldn't it be mad funny if we recorded it?" So it was just like a joke that never ended. So that's what Booty Bandit is basically. It's just like a never-ending joke, and like I just think it's even funnier because so many people like it and it got like so many plays. And
Yeah.
I still hit up my boy. I'm like, "Yo, just so you know, you're like kind of famous, FYI."
I don't know. Does he want that fame or no?
Song.
He embraces it. He embraces the song.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because we actually he got married recently actually, and we showed up at the wedding and we were begging him. We're like, "Please let us perform Booty Bandit." And he's like, "No." Granted, it was like a Catholic wedding and shit, so I wasn't like surprised at all.
Yeah.
But like,
man, he should have did it. He should have did it. Yeah. So, out of your music and out of from everything I hear and from talking to you and everything, like, I feel that it's a whole experience, and it's like a life. It's like you learn how to relate to life. Your music is like accessible to like I think the common person and a lot of people, and I think most everybody. You know what I'm saying? And like even in like Booty Bandit and this different type of stuff, it's like it'd be dope. Like I would love to see all these music videos. You know what I'm saying? I know quarantine's putting everything on hold. Same thing with me. I'm trying to do videos, but quarantine's putting everything on hold. But
they're coming. I'm wicked excited to put these projects out. Like you don't even know. Like I'm just like I've just had so much material for so long, and like you know everything fell into place the way it did, and now I'm just ready to like get things popping and like level up and like
100%.
do good shit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm like any way I can help, you know what I mean? You know, like I know we know a lot of dope artists and all that type of stuff. Definitely when you drop some of these songs, definitely if you want, like we'll play them, we'll put them in the rotation of the songs that we're gonna be playing and stuff like that. Because we're gonna be having segments where we're just playing music and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, and we're gonna continue. But yo, like invite me to a music video, please. You know what I'm saying? Let me play a part.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be part of like a music video that's like like you got to act or something like that. You know what I mean?
Dude, so I have to come up with a few more concepts for the other music videos, but I'm trying to get a ton of people in for Booty Bandit.
Word.
It's gonna be like we're thinking of doing like twerk dance class, boot camp twerk class, and we're gonna have an instructor, and that's kind of like gonna be the theme is like a twerk theme, and then we got a lot of stuff coming, so I'm excited to get it all in motion.
Word. And
I just got to figure it out from home, but
yeah, I mean hopefully this thing will let up, you know what I mean? Hopefully like in a number of weeks or at least another month we'll all be able to come outside, you know what I'm saying? That's the hope, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But Just Jill, I'm about to get out of here. Like I really appreciate you for coming through.
I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you, Brian. I appreciate everyone who tuned in, who listened.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this was like awesome, and I'm so glad we were able to do this. Like, you know, it's keeping us from going crazy and like, you know, just like losing it. So I appreciate you so much for this opportunity. And
absolutely.
This is amazing, and let's definitely do something again. And
no doubt.
We have a spot saved in the Booty Bandit video.
Thank you. And then like we're gonna do something soon where it's like a bunch of people, and then we're gonna just like review music and stuff. Like I'm gonna have Vid, like all these different people that was on it, and we just gonna like listen to music, play each other's music and all that type of stuff. So definitely come through for that. and like let us know about the releases and all that. And then you know how it is. We're a community. We're just gonna keep on moving and like working with each other, all that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, Joe.
Appreciate you. Take care.
All right. You as well. Talk soon. All right.
Later. Thanks.
All right. Bye.